Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Backer. They got her. FBI Director Kash Patel announced that they have caught a leaker who was compromising national security. That's right, she was running to the media and reporting all of America's most sensitive national security secrets that she knew of. And despite being warned, she proceeded anyway. And so now she's on the hot seat and she's being charged by the Department of Justice. But before we get into this story, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Now, the FBI arrested Courtney Williams, a 40-year-old woman of Wagram, North Carolina, yesterday, and a federal grand jury indicted her in connection with her alleged transmission of classified national defense information to individuals not authorized to receive it. And that included a journalist.
Security clearance while she worked with Delta Force there with the Army in Fort Bragg. She's the whistleblower that called out the maltreatment that she was experiencing while working there. But the feds believe she was giving away a lot more than just workplace secrets that could have put soldiers' lives at risk.
For 8 years, Courtney Williams worked in the Army's Delta Force at Fort Bragg, behind-the-scenes work to help maintain cover for one of the military's most secretive groups. But now she's being accused of leaking top-secret information to a journalist that could have put soldiers' lives at risk. Williams was quoted in Seth Harp's book, The Fort Bragg Cartel.
My book is critical of these institutions because I think that waging war in secrecy for 20 years gives rise to a host of cultural problems that spill over into communities like Fayetteville.
WRAL interviewed Harp about the book in October. Williams was quoted extensively when referring to a toxic work environment within Delta Force, where she claimed she was sexually harassed and discriminated against while also sharing information about work she would do. A criminal complaint filed today indicates she had concerns about how Harp's reporting could affect her, telling her mother, "I might actually get arrested," and also telling Harp, "I would definitely have been concerned with the amount of classified information being disclosed." She continued, saying in part, "I'm taking deep breaths, but have a feeling this is going to be more of a nightmare for my children than not." Harp declined an interview but sent me a statement calling this a vindictive act of retaliation and saying in part, "Former Delta Force operators disclose national defense information on podcasts and YouTube shows every day, but the government is going after Courtney for the sole reason that she exposed sexual harassment and gender discrimination in the unit."
So the Eastern District of North Carolina says they will be releasing some sort of press release sometime soon, but don't have a public comment to give me at this point. I have also reached out.
And so she allegedly violated 18 U.S. Code 793D, and that was between the time period of 2022 and 2025. So Williams repeatedly communicated with the journalist via telephone and text messages. And during this period, Williams and the journalist had over 10 hours of telephone calls and exchanged more than 180 messages. And in one such message, the journalist identified themselves as a journalist and stated they sought information about supporting an upcoming article and a book. And after these communications with Williams, the journalist published a book and article that named Williams as a source and attributed specific statements to her. And some of these statements contain classified national defense information. So in addition to the disclosures to the journalist, Williams also made unauthorized disclosures of national defense information via her social media accounts. Very smart. Now, on the day the article and books were published, Williams exchanged several messages with the journalist, and in one such message, Williams stated that she was concerned about the information that was being disclosed, and she added that I might actually get arrested for disclosing classified information. In a subsequent message, Williams cited a statutory provision of the Espionage Act. Interesting. We've heard about this during the Trump years in the first term. Now, this is a very interesting development because it comes amidst a story about another leaker who has compromised the safety of an American service member. I'm talking about the stranded F-15 fighter whose jet was shot down in Iran, and this person had to evade Iranian troops who were seeking to capture him and potentially do who knows what to him. And, well, thankfully, the United States, with the help of some technology, it's unclear exactly what kind, but they were able to locate him despite the leaker's attempt to get into some details that were sensitive to national security, including the status of this F-15 fighter pilot. So President Trump publicly blasted this leak, saying it tipped off Iran, complicated the operation, and put the airmen and rescuers at greater risk. Now, Trump has vowed to find this leaker as well. Give it up or go to jail. He also warned journalists to reveal their sources or face consequences.
But these two extraordinary rescues, because it was two, and as you probably know, we didn't talk about the first one for an hour. Then somebody leaked something, which we'll hopefully find that leaker. We're looking very hard to find that leaker. And talked about there's somebody missing. They basically said that we have one and there's somebody missing. Well, they didn't know there was somebody missing until this leaker gave the information. So whoever it was, we think we'll be able to find it out, because we're going to go to the media company that released it, and we're going to say, national security, give it up or go to jail. And we know who, and you know who we're talking about, because some things you can't do. Because when they did that, all of a sudden, the entire country of Iran knew that there was a pilot that was somewhere on their land that was fighting for his life. And it also made it much more difficult for the pilots and for the people going in to search for him. All of a sudden, they know that there's somebody out there. They see all these planes coming in. It became a much more difficult operation, because a leaker leaked that we have one, we've rescued one, but there's another one out there that we're trying to get. So actually, the country, Iran, put out a major notice, you all saw it, offering a very big award for anybody that captures the pilot. So in addition to a hostile, very talented, very good, very evil military, we had millions of people trying to get an award. So when you add that to it, but we have to find that leaker, because that's a sick person. Probably didn't realize the extent of how bad it was. I can't imagine that the person did, but we're going to find out. It's national security, and the person that did the story will go to jail if he doesn't say, and that doesn't last long, and I think everybody would understand it. They put this mission at great risk. They put that man at great risk, and they put the hundreds of people that went in looking for him, because everyone now knows that we're going in.
Very interesting. So weigh in with your thoughts after the story. What should happen to leakers of national security secrets? We always appreciate hearing from you at Explain America.